women are not validating men's feelings. This thing about Naman you be.
The mere fact of Naman you be has totally invalidated the emotions and the feelings of a man. The fact that you cannot allow a man to be a man and be a human being, not just the identity of a man, has already cancelled that validation. The fact that you can't allow a man cry and you will see him as a sissy is a problem.
All right, secrets have a way of coming out, especially when we try to bury them under power, prestige, and privilege. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Black Table. Tonight, we're delving into a scandal that's making the rounds across social media and raising some tough questions across Africa. It is what some people call the Baltasar phenomenon, a whirlwind of escapades, intrigue, and the psychology behind it all. Tonight's topic touches on the high-profile scandal involving Baltasar and Koga Ibang, a top official from Equatorial Guinea, recently arrested for being at the center of a web of over 400 recorded escapades with prominent women, some even involving the nation's elite, and its alleged actions filmed and leaked have ignited outrageous, social media buzz across Equatorial Guinea and the entire Africa, leading to a fierce public debate on ethics, power, and boundaries of personal conduct in public office. Why does someone in a powerful position risk it all? And what fuels the kind of behavior we are seeing? It's a case of power without boundaries or a psychological compulsion in the public eye. Join us as we break down the mindset behind the Baltasar phenomenon and unpack the implications of this saga, both for men in power and the society at large. So stay tuned tonight. It's all on the Black Table, and we'll be touching base on this. And yes, it was also, investigated for corrupt activities. So yes, we're going to talk about the legalities behind the videos that we all seen on social media, and of course we're going to be talking about the mindset around it. But you know what, I'm not going to be doing this all by myself, but before I talk about that, we're currently on TikTok, and my man to my right, Dek Imafidon, we call him the navigator, the premium MC.
So hi guys, I'm on my road today. I'm on the Olosho realm today.
Yeah, they call it the Olosho realm. So I'm just going to turn this to him because he's the one on TikTok today.
All right, so hi guys, my name is Today Easy to See. I'm also known as the Premium MC. Of course, we're right here with the beautiful, amazing,
beautiful.
Yeah,
there's
I
a
call you
question
guys beautiful, especially because of your hairstyle. You need to check out his hairstyle. That's why I said beautiful.
Yeah,
yes, doesn't it look beautiful?
She looks good.
She looks good now, is it? All right, so we're right here on the Black Table. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Lovely to have you back. You've been out of the show for a while now.
Yes, I have been traveling.
You've been to Equatorial Guinea.
I'm still traveling, next 2 weeks. So I'm still going to be here next week, till we, I was going to go to Equatorial, but it came back to, I didn't get to Guinea. I was at the Equatorial.
Diverted back.
The equilibrium. I didn't get there.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm back now.
And of course, nothing happens without the rich uncle. Even though there's a comma to his name right now. Rich uncle, you were on another show. Why?
Zeno, my man. No, Zeno is my man, and I can't let him down.
Zeno's a traitor.
No, he's my man. I can't let him down.
He's your man.
No, Zeno is my guy. Zeno is my guy.
No, you said he's your man.
So from my understanding, you were with a couple of other women, and you actually talked about the same thing we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yachts. Okay. All right. So you're going to let us know about how that went down and every other thing. And of course, I'm going to be introducing the mayor of Agungi, the most faithful man in Lagos, one of the best voices you hear on radio. We call him the gang, the tear gang.
People might not believe this, but my morals are in question tonight. Today, it was this night I first of all saw some of the videos that people have been talking about all week.
What video are you guys talking about?
Because my circle doesn't really get those kind of,
Who are they like for?
Details.
I don't know. What are they like for?
I'm very serious. I saw those, some of the clips.
We saw those
and I had to
tonight.
stop. And I had to stop watching some of the clips because it was too much for me to handle. I'll watch the rest later. But what I'm saying is,
For scientific reasons.
For research.
Research
purposes.
For black table
yeah.
purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So honest opinion.
I agree.
So far, what's your honest opinion?
My guy, if anybody greets you like this,
My honest opinion is
Hey, bro.
beat down.
Bro, you good?
Okay, my honest opinion was, because I know we're going to get to this later on the show.
Yeah, no, but
I was looking for the crime, the wrongdoing per se, when I saw a lot of consensual action and mutual agreements into some of the things that were taking place. So I'll shed more light into it later.
Well said, gang. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Black Table. We've got quite an interesting show laid out for you this evening. I will ask that you sit back, relax, grab a glass of your favorite libation, and we'll see you right after the short break. And we break into our first quick fire before the main topic, which is the Baltasar phenomenon. We're going to try and understand the mindset behind all of the escapades. Hopefully, we'll be able to explain some of these things. And is this man really guilty, or is he just a victim? Find out. Stay tuned. It's still the Black Table. We'll see you right after this break. All right, welcome back. Amongst all the madness and craziness and all the videos flying on social media, and how everyone has tried to look for the most reasonable reasons why this has happened, we are here to help you make sense of it, and that's what the Black Table is all about. It is the ultimate men's guide, and tonight we're going to be talking about quite a lot of things, and our main topic still remains, the Baltasar phenomenon. So we're going to be talking about that, but before we do that, I'm going to be asking the guys how their week have gone so far before we talk about our first quick fire. Rich uncle, you betrayed us, so we should put you on the spot first. How has your week been?
We're taking one day at a time now. Jagaban era. So one step at a time. Tomorrow we'll deal with tomorrow. The day after tomorrow we'll deal with. Forget planning. Just one step at a time.
Okay, all right. That wasn't the answer I was expecting, but that still works. Man, Deck,
Yeah.
the premium one. You haven't been on the show in the last 2 weeks. What have you been up to?
Well, what can I say? I've been up and about. I've been, all about businesses. I'm about businesses, SMEs, and what have you. I've been working with the federal government and, putting some more
Wait.
just
The same federal government.
I mean, see,
Wait.
The same federal government.
You must understand that
Are
when
you
I
working
say,
with the
wait,
same
did you
federal
say
when
that?
I say,
I heard that clearly.
When I
The
say
same
that,
federal
when I say
government
that,
that you have slaughtered on
looking,
this
we are
table.
looking for no. I don't slaughter the federal government. I only slaughter policies.
You guys have back
in
clips, have you?
place.
Okay,
Policies.
it's a nice thing you said that.
However,
but
I'm just saying
hold that thought.
I'm just saying that.
Hold that thought before you shoot yourself in the foot.
I am here supporting women in business and young people in business.
Oh,
basically.
so
That's
it's
what it
about
is.
the women. We should look out for
It's
this
not- I
guy.
said
It might be
women
a
and
Baltasar in the
young
making. Okay, just hold that thought. Gang, how's your week been?
Fantastic. At least I know I'm not eating rice for Christmas.
Why?
Yeah?
Why?
The cost.
All right. That's a nice
That's
one to
exactly why we're
Shots
supporting small
fired.
The
businesses.
cost.
You know why? Because we got a vendor
No, but I think rice
who
is
actually
cheaper now,
sells
though.
rice for
At 110,
75,000
120.
75,000 is
Yes.
still
No,
it's
expensive.
cheaper now,
But we're not going to
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
not
all
bad.
of
No,
that.
but that's not
That's
bad,
not
though.
bad.
That's
That's
not
actually
bad.
not
No,
bad.
it's still expensive because
75,000 is expensive.
yeah, it is still expensive
Don't worry,
because
wait.
how much
Wait for December
how
1st.
much
My brother, wait for December
Dek,
1st. You will
Dek,
come and meet me
how
and be
much
looking for.
how much is the minimum wage?
Baba, forget minimum
Okay,
wage.
so let's not even go into
No,
all
but
of
if you're
that.
any
not go there
minimum
now.
wage, if you're any minimum wage, you can't buy a bag of rice. Now, what are you
Exactly
doing
my
buying-
point.
No, but what
So
are you doing
let's-
buying a bag of rice? Let's be
Exactly my
realistic
point.
now. Was there ever a time in Nigeria that the poor were enjoying? No.
Was there ever a time that minimum wage could buy
Buy bag of rice?
Yes.
Let's be realistic. No.
Minimum
Okay, you know
wage
what?
could buy
Yes.
bag of rice.
Never.
Yes.
There was
When?
never that
Tell
time.
me
There-
when.
there-
Yes.
there
There
were
was
periods-
never
was
that
this time?
time.
Well,
Wait,
give me the year.
wait. How much is minimum wage?
70,000.
Exactly.
Seven-
No,
70,000.
how much was
Wait.
minimum wage?
How much was minimum wage before
Good.
70,000?
Yeah, how much was
Minimum wage at some point was about 18,000. At some point, it moved then
Wait.
to 30,000 naira.
Wait.
So there was
now.
never a time.
Yeah, so
In
there
what
was
year?
never a time.
No! In what year was that? That was Obasanjo's regime
Before
now.
Jagaban,
Wait.
it has always been
The
30K.
18,000 naira.
Yes, now.
How much was bag of rice?
How much was bag of rice?
A bag of rice was less than 30,000 naira.
And minimum,
in the
that's
last
not-
5
it's the
years,
same
you couldn't buy
thing,
it
bro.
at the
You
time
couldn't
now.
buy it. It's the same thing.
He
No.
could not.
You just buy it and not have anything to eat but the rice.
Okay, you know what? Now that we've opened the floor by talking about, the economical situation,
Right.
let's talk about this. And I'm hoping we can tie this into this because a lot of men are going through a lot of challenges trying to, hold their homes together. And we find a situation whereby women are not validating men's feelings. Like when a man comes home and says, oh, things are tough, things are really difficult. I can't do this all by myself. Can I get some support with you? And then a lot of women are not really, in support because there's this thing about, now man, you have to do it yourself. And a lot of women are invalidating men's, thoughts and feelings over this. Why do men do that? I want to start with you.
All right, good. I'm so happy that you started with me because I was going to say that you literally answered the question even in the, even in asking the question. Because you just said that there's this idea of Naman you be. The mere fact of Naman you be has totally invalidated the emotions and the feelings of a man. The fact that you cannot allow a man to be a man and be a human being, not just the identity of a man, has already cancelled that validation. The fact that you can't allow a man cry and you will see him as a sissy is a problem. The fact that there is already a social structure, a social contract that says that men should be a certain type of way, or that men have to look or feel or be some certain thing, is already, an invalidity for whatever it is that you call emotions. There's nothing in emotions that you can say that a man feels. Look, let me give you an example. We all know exactly what it is that is happening in the economy for now, right? Exactly, we just spoke about the minimum wage. A man that is earning the minimum wage at this time can obviously not buy rice, right?
Yeah.
But his family needs to eat rice. So even if he cannot buy the bag of rice, he will buy 2 cups of rice and says that, please, I did not have this. Yeah. But when he buys the rice, he will buy this. Do you understand? That woman does not care how he feels. There are so many emotions going on through the mind of a man. He's thinking in his mind that, how long do I need to go through this? Yeah. How long do we need to stay here? I'm thinking of how I'm going to pay for school fees. I'm thinking of how I'm going to pay for house rent. I'm thinking of how I'm going to do this. Yeah, and then I still come to you and tell you as a woman that, babes, I'm thinking about this. I'm feeling a certain type of way. And then you tell me that, let's think about that one later. Because you don't think that I can feel.
Okay, let me move on to Rich Uncle. Now, Rich Uncle, the reason why I'm asking this question is economically, there's a lot of issues that men are going through. And because men don't usually speak out or even try to express their feelings and emotions, why do you think women generally invalidate men's feelings?
Because men don't tell themselves the truth. So as a man, what you can do is what you can do, right? And you need to be realistic with your partner, with your family. If I'm earning minimum wage, you can't expect me to bring home a bag of rice. Let people know this is my capacity. Anything outside of this, I'm stealing money. I don't want to steal money. I always say this thing that people would rather look for other means than down-tone their lifestyle. There's nothing wrong if I'm earning 300K a month.
Yeah.
And I realize that my expenses are 400K. I will tone it down. It's not that hard. And I think a lot of men in the world we live in today always constantly feel the need to be the superhero. You will die. Your capacity is your capacity. Yeah. If I have more than this, I will do more than this. But right now, this is what I have. And if she's not getting with the program, it's not hard.
Okay.
Bro, it's not hard.
But you do know that, you see, like I said, it's an idea. It is something that a lot of people have built in their heads. They have built the fact that you have to be or you have to look like something in the eyes of people. All right. Yeah. Now, when a man feels or thinks in a certain way, there is no way he will be able to come to a place where he's like, babes, can you understand this is what
feeling about?
Do you understand?
Things,
this is because of what has happened in the past.
Okay.
Or what you see, one of our major problems in this world right now is social media.
You think so?
Yes.
I think people deceive
I'll tell you why.
themselves,
Let me tell you why. Back in the day, if you notice, as children never know what is going on between mommy and daddy.
True.
Yeah.
All right? Because whether the daddy is crying inside or laughing, children don't know anything. But today,
Everything goes online.
If mommy is not feeling good, she will write it on her status that in this life, make sure that you marry the right man.
No, but so here's the
Do you
thing.
understand what I'm saying?
No, so just to counter what you said, and I think that a lot of people live above their means or they try to impress. So I'm going to be 45 March 2022, 2025.
Where
No, so here's the thing. I had a conversation with my wife last year, and I was like, oh, well, I'm probably just going to take you, the kids, and then we'll travel and have a fun time. And then we had that conversation last week, and I'm like, as it is now, I don't know about tomorrow, now, it's like, it's only me and you that can go. And it's like, oh, that's not going to be fun. And I'm like, if it's not going to be fun, I will go alone. And she was like, but that would be boring. I can't kill myself. When the means were bountiful, we all ate it. The problem with people is that you try to be what you are not, and it will come to bite you in the butt at the end of the day. Auntie, I have 100,000. This is what we're working with. My salary is 120K. You can't expect me to buy a bag of rice. If I buy a bag of rice, we can't pay for NEPA, we can't pay for this. So the problem with most men is they want to be their fathers. Your fathers are not living in these times. Understand that this is what it is right now. It doesn't mean tomorrow, money if you know it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Not just you, bring your daddy, bring your mommy, I'll bring my daddy and my mommy. But right now, be realistic. Life is not hard.
So
stop impressing the streets.
What exactly makes women not understand that
women don't understand? So
exactly.
women don't understand because men are not truthful. And men are not truthful.
Why would men be truthful?
Men are not truthful.
Okay, I need to hear from you.
Are you really ready for this?
Yes,
we're ready.
You're really ready for this?
This one that you're asking us, we're afraid of.
Because I agree, I agree with Rich Uncle a lot of times, but now I agree with him like 50%. Why? Because sometimes the decision is not always based on yourself.
Let me just unfollow you now.
You understand? The decision is not always based on you. Now, for example, he's being pressured on his wife from having a good time because he might not be able to afford the whole family trip.
Which
that's what she wants.
Stated,
He has clearly stated it.
Yeah.
You get me? But that's what she wants. That's what she would like to happen. And men are always known to do extra, to go beyond certain limits. Now, this is the reason why a man can buy a bag of rice, and that Equatorial Guinean can buy you a bag of rice. The women will now go and meet him. That is where when some men fall short, their women can quickly look outside.
No.
It happens.
I think that's an indictment of women, and it's wrong.
No,
it's completely wrong.
It's not all women.
A lot of men.
When you introduce women to a certain type of lifestyle, you get where I'm coming from?
Right.
You could afford a bag of rice. Now you can't. And you're honest with your woman that, babe, now I can only afford 2 cups. She has tasted a bag of rice, and she doesn't want to drop that level. So you stay in your happy home, and somebody comes and tells her, I have a bag of rice. So she wants to maintain that standard.
So wait.
So
does
okay.
this validate?
You don't have to impress the streets.
Hold on.
You don't have to impress. But
does this validate?
A lot of women don't stay with their men.
So is this the reason why relationships or marriages end when people travel abroad? You know why?
When the lifestyle changes, can you keep up?
Hold on. Let me give you an example. A pastor came to my house from the UK.
A pastor or his wife? Which one?
A pastor came to my house.
Just a pastor.
No.
Wait, just simple.
It's a yes or no.
My point is this,
yes
right?
or no?
My point is this, right?
Yeah.
This pastor came to the house and he prayed for myself and my wife.
Okay.
And he asked a question. He said, I have a question for you. If you were to travel out, travel to the UK to settle.
Or relocate. And you have a better job than your husband. Can you handle the bills by yourself and respect him?
I want you go change, bro. You go change.
Till tomorrow, I don't know why this man asked my wife.
No, because it's a valid question.
I don't know why.
No, it's a valid question.
It's a valid
question. It's a valid question.
You see, this thing we're talking about takes me back to that reality. And I said to myself, would I be vulnerable enough to say to my wife that, babes, this is what is happening. I don't really have right now. Would I want to put myself in that position? Would I want to be in that space?
No, but I don't have right now doesn't mean I won't have tomorrow.
Exactly my point.
Exactly.
So because
how many people
understand this?
A lot of women are told to an extent, marry potential. See somebody that has a bright future and grow with the person. So that's why I'm saying when people taste certain lifestyles and your person is understanding, they can always fall back. But when they're not, it's a terrible thing to experience.
It's a problem.
So I'll give you guys.
It is a problem.
I'll give you guys an example. The thing about life is, and I always say, men are not honest.
Men are not honest.
Men are not honest. That's why they die young.
Not all men.
Most men are not
See,
honest.
I want to say something that
honest, yeah.
I haven't said. I want to say something that I shouldn't share, but let me just share it.
Yes, please share.
I worked for a company that owed me salary for as long as 6 months. And nobody
How are you
knew.
surviving?
So the funny thing, even my wife had no idea
Whoa.
that I had not received a paycheck in 6 months.
No, but why?
The company was having its issues.
No, my question is, why were you keeping that away from her?
Because here's the funny thing, I didn't want her to know that I didn't have, because it will make it seem like I couldn't provide. But here's the trick, I was providing. And I was doing things and I was making ends meet to a certain extent. When it got to a certain point one day, certain things happened. I just said, listen, man, there's some things I need to tell you. I now finally decided, let me open up and share this story.
Which goes back to what Richard
So
said
here's the funny thing.
about
When
men
I
not,
shared
you
it
know,
with
being
her,
honest.
she was like, what? She was like, are you serious?
And you're still able to
Then she
do
now
this,
said,
this, and
how
this.
were you able to do all of these things
Right.
you've been doing? I know God had a hand in it and some other means as well.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? But sometimes you always want to be in charge as a man.
Okay, you know what?
You always want to
think
be
we
in
can
charge.
go
So-
on and on.
So the
with
fact-
this particular conversation.
My issue was, should I have told her
Yes,
month
you should
one,
have.
You should have.
You should have.
You should have.
the first month?
Bro, you should
That's
have.
correct.
So just to buttress what you've said, last year, November, this is 2024, November 2023, the building where my Yaba store was, they closed it up. They sold the building, so we had to move. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. That day, when I got the news, maybe like 3 days later, I was driving somewhere in VA, I was looking for another shop. And between God and man, I found a new space. The rent was maybe like 3 million. In my account that day, I had 3.1 million. So if I had paid the rent, I would have just 800K.
100,000, yeah.
And I was like, nah, this is very risky. I mean, family man and all of that. But I knew that was the right move to do. And in that instant, a friend of mine, Jerry, I can never forget him till the day that I die.
Yes,
He called
he
me up
spoke
and
about
said, bro, how far? I'm like, and they said, I sent you
your
some
account.
money. I sent you
Oh,
some
yeah,
money.
I sent you.
He said, I sent you some money. I'm like, why?
Why?
We're like,
Yeah.
I just feel that you need money. And I'm like, okay. I open my Azar. I close them. So I paid the rent. And after I paid the rent, I called my wife and I sat her down. I'm like, this is what it is. This. If not for this thing that Jerry gave me, I won't be here.
Exactly.
And she was like, oh, okay, that's good. And you know the funny thing? That same day I called my daughter. That night, I will never forget it. I'm like, would have to change your school because I can't afford this school anymore. She started crying.
Oh, my.
I can never forget it. So even if I had plans of falling off in life, she started crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She was like, so why did you send me to that school if you knew you couldn't afford it?
Oh, my.
Wow.
As you see, that hits the heart, man.
Bro, I just my bill like you see. Tomorrow,
You tied
we
up.
move.
Yeah.
But guess what? Every step along the way, I carry my wife along because first of all, if you had enjoyed the years of bountiful,
times, yeah.
you should also understand that this
When
is farming.
things are a bit difficult, yeah.
Maybe like 3 weeks later, one day she was talking about, she saw one bag she wanted to buy, and then I was like, how much is it? She was like, maybe 100K. I said that 10 times the money. I was like, where did you get this money from? I'm like, I was broke 2 weeks ago. I'm not
And you were
broke now.
there.
Right now.
I'm not broke now.
Yeah.
Like, it's very important. Most of the pressures we put on ourselves in life are self-imposed. I say
By
it
men.
forever and ever. By men.
Okay, you know what?
It's not necessary.
Richard Cole, I like
It's not
what you said,
necessary.
but I think we need to move on to our next quick fire, and this one I think is something that is equally important. Snooping around and what it really means in a relationship. It's something that I feel we need to talk about because part of this thing is that you're going through a situation now. That I'm going to start with you again. You're going through a situation, yeah, and because you have chosen not to discuss it with your partner,
Yeah.
you know, she is forced to snoop around, find out what is really going on with you. I'm just saying, she's going through your social media accounts, going through your emails, going through things to find out what is going on. What do you think it really means in a relationship?
Lack of trust.
Lack of trust. But
Lack
would
of
it be a fault if you haven't come out to explain to her what the real situation is?
See now, let me not even say social media. Devices have become a second partner.
Yep.
You get me?
I
The amount of
completely
time
agree.
you spend
Spend
on
on them.
certain devices. I remember back in the days when your partner will complain you're watching too much TV. I'm here in the room and you're on the TV. Now it's in your hand. One thing that scares me sometimes, I walk around Lagos, I see people on the streets walking. Cars are coming, vehicles, somebody's approaching you. I'll be walking on the road, somebody's walking towards me, and I just stop. And the person doesn't see me coming till they get to me before they have to raise their heads. People are just occupied with so much of these distractions that it is scary. Now, for the lack of trust situation is sometimes you need to look at the priorities in your life and understand your partner needs physical touch, but she doesn't get touched as much as.
Okay.
And I mean this both ways, as your device does. Now, a Snoopy person obviously doesn't trust you. A Snoopy person is looking for something, and sometimes some people, off, how would I put it, peer pressure, some of their friends are telling them this, telling them that. Oh, do you check? I know girls that say, I don't check my man's phone. But their friends are telling them, you're afraid to check it. If you check it, you will see it. She says, I don't want to check it.
Yeah.
There's some pressures they'll be like, if you check it, you'll see something.
Of
So if
course,
you're
yeah.
inquisitive to that fault, my wife shouldn't hear this, but I tell my wife, never go snooping around because I have some dead bodies buried somewhere.
Okay,
So
nice one.
And those bodies
Thank
were
you
buried
for
before
the
I met
warnings.
you. So
Thank
if
you
you
for the
go and see
warnings.
if you go and see some of the bones, that's on you.
Rich uncle, your reaction says a lot. Let's talk about your thoughts on what Gangas just said.
So for me, till the day that I would die, I will never check my partner's phone. Because
Why? Why though?
why do I want to destroy my happiness? So for me, why do you want to destroy your happiness? So let's be honest. In the era we live in now, whether man or woman, even if you're not flirting with someone, someone's flirting with you. So I can tell you for free that if you pick your partner's phone and go through every DM, every message,
You find something.
you are going to find something that will get you angry.
Yeah.
Yep. So why do I want to do that to myself?
Yeah,
And they say ignorance is bliss.
yeah.
Chibi, you are here beside me. It's okay. Because the truth of the matter is, if you check my own phone, you'll be angry.
Exactly.
Because there's obviously somebody that said something that I should have shut down. But I just ignored. Like,
I can relate with that.
Why do you want to do that?
Because there are
why-
times whereby men are a bit coquettish about
Like,
certain
why-
things
why? So
without
for-
really thinking the extra mile about
So
it.
for
yeah.
me, I'm like, if I have to check your phone, we shouldn't be together. If I have to, like, hey, what she say, we shouldn't be together. I
confirm
don't
what's
even want to do
official.
that.
Can I share a quick story that happened before I got married?
I wish it was before you got married.
Yes, it's before I got
There were
married.
no phones before you got married.
No, they were. They were.
There were no phones. Your first kid,
here's what-
how old is your first kid? Let's bust you before
My
you
first kid
start.
is 13.
13 years ago, who was president?
13 years ago?
Yeah.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Okay, so we had phones then.
Yeah, we had phones then.
Okay, go ahead. So,
What's not to we had phones?
so as at
What
so,
just
hold
happened
on.
now?
So
Oh my
13,
God.
13 years ago, you had a phone. Jonathan was the president.
Yeah.
You were unmarried.
You can't catch me with that timeline.
Bro, I just caught
But it's
you.
no.
You have been caught.
You have been caught.
So
I think
this
we
is
should focus on,
on the story.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, so go
this
ahead.
guy.
But if you
Go
get
ahead.
This guy.
Go ahead.
This guy.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the message, "Hi, dear," was a problem.
Idea.
Yeah.
So let me.
So let me get someone. So it was like, "Why are you calling? Who is this girl you're calling dear?" And I was like, "It's just what people say, you know." And here's the funny thing.
What about I, baby?
Wait, listen.
Is that what people
But
just
here's
say?
the funny thing. Sometimes some people can't take what they give. So from "Hi, dear," do you understand? I now observed people calling you dear as well, and you say, "Hey, sweetheart," and stuff like that. It's women can't handle
double
to an,
standards.
exactly. There's a double standard
Double
to how a
standards. True,
man
true.
says
I
hi to a
understand,
woman,
yeah.
and how women receive their own highs. And then, why are you calling this girl this? And I'm just being nice. I've been nice to waitresses,
being
and the
friendly.
person that I'm with is like, "You're being too nice." I said, "That's just me. I'm just being courteous and nice." And they're like, "No, but with you, you don't mind people being courteous and nice to you." And I'm like, you know,
So a friend of mine, he told me something else. It was like one day he was sleeping, and then of course, Madame went through his phone, and she saw a message from a girl saying, "I'm pregnant." So first of all, she lost all her marbles. You got the girl pregnant, blah 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 blah.
this is
When it was finally established that the girl wasn't talking about the pregnancy for him, she was talking about pregnancy for someone else. The other question was, why is she so comfortable telling you she's pregnant.
pregnant.
Oh my
What
God.
kind of conversations are you
So you can
guys
never just
having?
let it go. There must be a reason behind it.
Yeah, they must. You know what? Let's quickly hear what Dek has to say about
I
this, and
honestly
then we're
don't
going
want
to
to say.
take.
I don't want to say anything about
Why?
this.
You guilty?
Why, you're pregnant?
No, because no,
Skeleton book government!
no, and I tell you why I don't want to say anything. Because I mean, I feel like I'm going to talk a lot more about the main topic.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would leave.
So
I
give
leave
me
it
the-
because I feel like
no,
Moving on to next.
So you don't want to tell
Yes.
us. You don't want to tell us about your near-death experiences.
no,
no near
They're
death
not really
experience,
kids.
yeah.
no, no.
So they woke you up in the middle of the night like, whiz.
But the funny thing,
no.
I've had a similar experience in this pregnancy thing, and the question was there that why is this person so? I was like, because of how close we are. The person was confiding in me because she wanted to know what to do at
So
the time.
I just want to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Does your partner going through your phone or your mobile devices or anything indicate a lack of trust? I
Yeah,
just
it
want to
does.
yes,
No, it
yes,
does.
no,
Yes, it
no.
does, it does.
Yes,
It
it
does.
does. Lack of trust.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Lack of trust.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does. Lack of trust. And that is
Absolutely.
actually big trouble. You know what? The guys have said it all. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to talk about the Baltasar phenomenon. And what we want to do is understanding the mindset behind all of the escapades. You've seen the videos. You know what's going on. We want to take it from the mindset of a man and, of course, the multiple women involved. And we hope to do justice to it. We take a quick short break. When we return, the Black Table continues. All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table, and today our main topic is the Baltasar phenomenon. Now, the name Baltasar is phenomenal to a lot of trouble. On Friday last week, we saw it, but because we didn't have that much information, we really didn't think it was right for us to talk about it.
now you
But
have
ever since then, we've seen videos, loads of videos,
I've not seen any
and
video.
my man here, Dexter, he hasn't seen any video,
seen
but
any
I've seen a couple of videos, and
Oh,
those
you have it?
videos.
Can you share?
I don't have it. It's on social media. Yeah, so I can send you links on social media so you can check it out. But anyways, Rich Uncle, you've seen the videos. Some of the videos.
How do you
Gang,
know?
you've definitely seen the videos.
Unfortunately,
I've not seen any video.
And we're going to be talking about the Baltasar phenomenon. That's the man's a legend.
say
He's a
legend like
for
that's a
all-
good legend.
A legend for
Well,
all
I'm
the
the
wrong
alpha now.
reasons. Hey,
What's
you
good?
good?
What's good?
You
I'm
right?
fine,
You
man.
good? I call it the Cole Palmer. All Chelsea fans understand what that is. The Cole Palmer. Now, this man from Equatorial Guinea is someone who has blown social media up with all the videos that have been put out there, and we need to really talk about how this is played out. Now, the honest truth is this: we've seen the videos, but he was investigated for corruption on another level, and his home was raided, his office was raided, and certain videos were discovered. Now, the videos are now what is making a lot of noise. There's still charges over corruption and allegations on other things, but the videos are really, really out there, and the question mark on morality and ethical behavior is being put into question. Now, let's even start from the legal point of view. Has he done anything legally wrong?
That was
Gang,
the first question I wanted to ask.
Gang, I'm going to go to you first. Do you think with all the videos, because there's no need going into all the nitty-gritty, everybody knows what's going on, everyone has seen
Now,
the video, but has he done anything legally wrong with the videos?
Now, I'll first of all like to start by saying that I stumbled across these videos this night by accident. I did not partake in distributing these
Gang,
items.
avoid the urge to shalaye.
So here's the thing. I don't know how the laws work in Equatorial Guinea, but I don't think, according to the laws of that country, in terms of the footage of him and other women, there was any illegality. Is that English that I can use? Because a lot of things seemed consensual between him and those people.
Right.
But of course, we also know that he's a married man that has children as well.
6 children.
So we believe that he must have stepped out of the...
Sorry, 8 children.
He must have stepped out of the laws of marriage. So that is the wrongdoing that is placed there. But when you see the number of women he was with,
Allegedly with.
allegedly, when you saw it, alleged,
I saw a few videos. I
Okay.
didn't see everything.
Mandingo was swinging. So what I'm saying here is this, if you look at the number of women he was with, first and foremost, obviously, because he's a government official of influence, he's well known, they know his marital status. And they consented if they knew they were being recorded, they knew they were on tape, and they still engaged in that act. Some of them might have thought they were the only ones and didn't know there were multiple people involved and whatnot. But it's a sad day, especially in this kind of situation, because women are seen as the victims in this situation.
No.
Women are seen as the victims.
Okay,
They
so
said there was a
which
lady that
uncle
took her
has-
life.
why?
I don't know if it's unconfirmed, but they
Yeah.
said there was a lady that took her life after her own video was exposed.
Okay.
But then at the same time, I really don't see anything, apart from the corruption scandal that he's involved in, that he can be held accountable to.
Okay. So, Rich Uncle, you have some things you want to say about that?
I personally don't understand how women are the victim here. How?
Usually in the world of pornography, do you understand? The women are the ones that are exposed. It's unfortunate that there's what do we say? There's no balance. There's this how do I put it? When certain videos are released in terms of
Inequality.
sexual acts,
Yeah.
you know, men are not held accountable. They see women as victims.
No, but he's been held accountable now, though.
Yeah, because of the other things that are there and the number of women involved.
So I think that, in my own opinion, what is
Double standard is what I was looking at.
So
Double standards.
So let's leave all of those double standards out. In fact, let's bring it in.
Yeah.
What this guy and these videos have shown us, he put to rest, he killed and buried that conversation that men cheat and women are saints. He destroyed it completely.
Okay.
Because almost all of the women he had something to do with were married.
Okay.
Married, influential women. He had sex with them. He had a camera or a laptop or whatever. He was
Yeah,
recording
just to
them.
record them, yeah.
They knew they were being
recorded.
recorded. So they knew what they were doing. So that conversation of men cheat, men are cheats, can we bury it forever? Because these are married women. And we're not talking.
They were senior.
We're not,
they were
we're not talking one. We're not
videos
talking
of
two. We're not
wives
talking
of
one.
senior government officials.
We're not talking
innit?
one. We're not talking two. We're not talking three. We're talking hundreds of them. So clearly, men cheat, women cheat. In fact, humans cheat. Let's first bury that convo.
Yeah.
And then what he also did, imagine, like I said on the other show this morning, that imagine that these tapes didn't exist.
Yeah.
And these women came out to say, 300 women came out to say, this guy raped us.
Yeah.
What would people have said?
No,
Nobody would have
obviously,
believed it.
He's a bad man. And it would have been their words against his.
No, he wouldn't even be their word against it. He'll
Yeah.
be guilty as charged.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Let's say your thoughts on it.
All right. So when we talk about this whole saga, it's just another expose of our hypocrisy in Nigeria.
Wow, hypocrisy.
In the world.
Yes. And I'll tell you this for a fact. The hypocrisy is so loud that it makes me feel a certain type of way. All right? It makes me feel a certain type of way because I'm like, we have people. I know people that have more than 600 partners.
Whoa, really?
Camera.
What is wrong? What are
Now
you saying?
focus, Abi.
Look, let me tell you something. You see, one of the problems that I have with Nigerians is the fact that we leave what is important and we spend our time, talking about irrelevant things.
So you know 600.
Look, let me tell you
someone
something.
that has been with 600 people.
My
See,
brother,
Listen,
I
agree
know
with
someone
you.
in this room that is a King Kong where they sing song.
In this room?
In this room.
In this room,
No.
a King Kong with his
One-
song.
King Kong.
You need to be specific, bro.
Wait.
You need to be specific.
Hold on.
In this room, I'm looking
There's
around.
one, two,
I'm
three,
seeing
four.
people. Yeah, I'm seeing people.
I see the
King
cameraman.
Kong. What
So
the-
are you
what
saying that one of us has been with
Can I be-
600
you know,
women?
But listen,
My guy.
Listen.
See, let me
what,
tell you
what,
something.
what Deck is saying is so.
If you
important.
know what is happening in Lagos, this Lagos,
we need to take a break.
my brother,
Olamide.
the Equatorial Guinea people they are
You know what?
learning now.
Olamide,
What's
there's
wrong
a-
with
Please,
there's-
like, hold
there's
that
a
thought. We'll take a
potential-
quick break. When we return, we'll discuss a whole lot more about this situation. It's still the Black Table. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Now, Equatorial Guinea was put on the map for all the wrong reasons this week. And Africa, as a large, has been put on the map for all the wrong reasons. But before we went on the quick break, my man here,
I was
Dek-
agreeing to stop.
Dek-
Let me jump in
Dek
again.
was-
and
stop
continue the
jumping
argument.
in. You lose your
I will
legs.
not allow you
Stop
people to
jumping
cheat
in.
me. It's crazy. No, but I'm with Deck because The first time I heard
Finally,
of
gang
this,
is with finally.
As in, it's taking
Can I
what
be
like
honest
an
with
entire
you?
season.
I was like, what's the big deal? Because I'm very sure some
What's
Nigerian
going on?
politicians and people on this side of the globe have done
the same thing.
more escapades.
But maybe not record them.
Says who?
Who told you
because
that?
they've caught him. Listen,
Because
they've
they
caught
have
this
not
thief.
because they
Now
have
the thief
not
where you don't
raided,
catch now.
they have not raided the politician's house yet.
You get me?
You know the funny thing. Here I am thinking that men, we're just going to find a way to understand.
It's like
why
Diddy. Diddy did
it's
whatever
done
he
that.
did for years. He's finally been caught.
Exactly.
Other people have their own scandals. They haven't been caught
something,
yet.
if there's something
Exactly.
that I understand is that Baltasar,
Okonga.
Ekonga was doing it because it was some
you have
sort
to
of
put
fetish.
depth in it. Okonga.
A conga, all right, like that, yeah, I got it. A conga was doing it because it was some form
Form of exercise.
fetish, because he slept with women of all types of caliber. He slept with his brother's wife, slept with his pastor's wife, and all of that.
not a fetish.
When do you draw the line and say, okay, you know what? I'm doing too much.
So let me ask.
And with the videos out there,
I was
yeah.
saying something earlier on, right? So sorry to interject. You see, I was talking about it from the perspective of Nigeria. First and foremost, I didn't like the fact that everybody was dragging, this guy's bad. When some celebrities release their sex tape, why didn't we shout, well, everybody is making
We didn't
noise
see
now.
400 of
Let's
those
leave
tapes.
that. No, let's leave
We
that.
didn't see 400 of those tapes.
Hold on, let's leave that. All right. Now the thing is this: was it a crime for him to do that? I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think it
Number
was a
two,
crime.
Did he have consent from these women?
At least
It
most of
seemed
the videos, it seems so. Yeah.
And it looked like they were really enjoying it.
themselves,
all right?
exactly.
Now, number three is you must also understand that there are people with worse fetish. There are people who do stuff that you would wonder
And
if
do the
they're,
Cole Palmer.
if they're human beings.
It's called Cole Palmer.
Do you understand? I mean, this guy is just a.
It's just a Cole Palmer type of
I mean,
guy,
this guy
yeah.
is just a.
He's a Cole
He's just a
Palmer type of
hugger.
guy.
He likes hugging.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I don't know what is so spectacular about this. See,
Why are you
let me
for
tell you
real?
something.
Spectacular.
Oh, sorry, you're right. You're good.
I'm good. I'm
See,
spectacular.
let me be honest with you, right? One thing you must understand is that he who is without sin should cast the first stone.
Okay, you know what?
You will realize, bro.
Rich
You
Uncle
will
has been
realize.
quiet,
No, hold on.
but
You
let's
will
talk
realize.
about
Sorry.
ethical
You will
behavior here.
realize. Now, hold. I'm getting there. You realize that it is just mere noise. When I saw a video of the guy in court, they changed his two legs. They changed his hands, and I looked at it. I'm like, this
And
guy didn't
it's not
kill
for those
anybody.
videos, by the way.
It's not for the videos, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it that the only way that we can begin to look at it that, okay, yes, this guy did something wrong is the fact that, yes, he did some of these things at the office, did it at the toilet and stuff like that. And maybe, of course, that is inappropriate for office
Someone of
environment.
his,
If
you know,
this
his
guy
caliber,
did this
yeah.
stuff in his house or in his own personal space, I don't think it's anybody's business. Matter of fact, he should sue the person that released those videos.
Okay, great.
Because
For the
they
distribution.
definitely-
I agree with
because
you.
they definitely
Because they were not
invaded
public content.
his personal,
Yeah.
his
They're
personal
not public content.
so, yeah.
But Rich Uncle, let's quickly ask you, what do you think ethically has gone wrong? Because
And what was your
we've-
favorite video?
I'm not going to ask him what his favorite video is.
I'm just messing
but,
with him.
you know, ethically, we've seen the caliber of people is had sexual encounters with in the video. Tell me, ethically, where did he get it totally wrong?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. No, you
Nowhere.
can't say that.
Wait. I need to hear this. Nowhere.
Nowhere,
Okay.
because this guy had sex with women that consented to the sex. At no point did we see him beat, slap, or chain anybody.
Or force anyone to do
He
it.
didn't force anyone. They knew they were being recorded. These were women that had a lot at stake, and they didn't care. So first of all, like I said on the other show, the guy must be overly confident, charismatic, charming,
yeah.
has a way with women, right? And let's be honest, he delivered.
Oh.
And I think, in all honesty, I'm not sure, but I think what happened was he probably had sex with someone, and the person leaked.
And goes like, oh, that guy.
That guy did.
That guy, oh.
So he now became, in fact, he's the victim.
It's, oh,
No, but-
someone's running with my narrative.
He's the victim.
It's the victim.
He's the victim. So here's the thing.
Can't hold your thoughts.
So let's be honest with ourselves. What did he do wrong? So what? He likes recording himself, having sex with women. Is there any man in
Please
this world that
focus.
doesn't have...
Focus very well.
No, but is there any man in this world that doesn't have one form of fetish or the other?
Gang, what's your fetish?
Do you have a fetish? Wait. Do you have a fetish?
In my sex day, bleep, I want you to leak like that. That's how I want you to leak. If he leaks,
Do I-
when
it
you're
has
going
to
to
be
leak the
premium.
hair, it has to be that. See, even when you're watching this, you'll be like, my man. Like, let me work like,
Bro, I'm proud of you.
man.
I'm proud of you. Well done.
Bro, I cannot say this, but I know women.
I know what you
know
cannot say.
what
I know what you cannot say.
Baby.
Bro,
Nice one.
proud of you, bro.
Nice
I'm
one.
proud of you, bro.
Nice one. You know what somebody said? Somebody said so. You were talking about this whole why do you want to record and all of that? You know, someone said something very ridiculous and very funny to me. He said, Kappa, why you did do like this? Now you don't want to check your performance.
Let's be honest.
Before Dan answers that question, I'm going to ask every one of you guys, and I need you to be as honest as possible. I'm going to start with you, Deck. Have you ever recorded yourself
Why
having
you
sex?
starting with me?
Deck, it's a yes or
No,
no.
I've never.
No, rich uncle.
If my sex day bleep, now like that.
That's a
it's
yes.
leak.
That's a yes.
That's how it should
That's a
be.
yes.
Have I ever recorded myself?
Having sex.
That's a yes. That's a yes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Move on,
I've
move on.
done
With
it.
myself or with somebody?
I've done it, but
yourself.
I don't think it's the right thing.
With yourself, I
That's
want
what
Were you sleeping with yourself?
No, I'm asking because.
No, gang, come on.
Be honest.
Okay, the honest truth is, yes, I have. But that was when I was on the world.
So what are we talking about?
Wait, the world.
So wait,
That's the world.
so 1, 2, 3, I've done it. This man, we don't believe
done
him.
it, I've
He's
done it.
lying.
I'm just
He's lying.
messing
It's okay.
with you.
You've done it, Abi.
Hey.
I think everyone.
You
has
want to
done it
check
at
your
a particular point in
performance.
time, just to see
Yeah,
how it looks like. So, to be honest, I don't know about any other person. I have not done 400 tapes. I don't know about Rich Uncle
Yes.
or Decade.
You're not done 400 tapes yet.
I've not done 400 tapes at all.
But you're close to
I've
that.
done just once. But you know, since we're on it, I'm going to take the social media feedback from people, and then we can quickly ride on it. And then we've got exactly 8 minutes to round up on the show. The first feedback we have here is from Abola, and Bola says, "You guys, emotional invalidation can happen for a variety of reasons, and gender is not the only factor that influences it." That was about the first quickfire we talked about. Agbenga says, "I wonder if it is because in my range," and then there's a bracket, mid-30s, "most guys have enough emotional baggage, trauma to be triggered and write a woman off the moment she expresses feelings / hurt, angry, when she justified in certain behaviors. They will like," okay, it says, "Dave," okay, this is weird, "like all," all right, so there's so much about this, but I'm going to move on to the next one. Ashade says, "Please, guys, I snooped, and that was when I found out my ex was breeding another family." Wow, breeding was the term. "So all the times he lied that work had to take him to Abuja every other weekend, he was going to another family. I had one child with him. He had 4 children with the other family. I almost died." That's really crazy. That's really
She
crazy.
basically found out she was the side
She
chick.
was a side chick, yeah.
City boy.
As Kola says, the Baltasar, now President General among the nations. Baba we ni Bobonye.
I know.
Yeah, that's it. Baba we ni Bobonye. And then there's a Jaden. Jaden says, "A conga Baltasar Ibang. Baltasar Ibang. A conga Baltasar Ibang." That's crazy, right? Yeah, that's what at Jaden says. And finally, Adoyin says, that man gets spiritual problem.
True.
Even the regular cheats are amazing. The man's
so-
bro, even
Nah,
the regular cheats. Like,
nah.
Mojuba, respect,
Nah, so-
respect. Now, the guys have, shared their thoughts on some of the things we've talked about on today's show. But I just want to ask quickly,
Yeah.
and I hope we'll be as honest as possible. I'm going to start with Rich Uncle. Do you think at any point in time, Baltasar Ibang Ekonga, that's a strong name, by the way, do you think at any point he was justified to, record other men's wife, document them, and keep it as his trophies? If so, why do you think?
So first of all, let's be honest with ourselves. Like I said earlier, without those tapes, it would have been their word against his. We all saw the tapes. We saw they enjoy themselves. So, Baltasar, ultimate city boy.
City boy.
Ultimate
All right,
city
Dick,
boy.
your take on that?
Well, for me, I would say that, like I said, I still feel and I still think that there's nothing spectacular about what happened. I
Because
feel
of
like
what you
there
know.
are people no. See,
Because of what
I
you
feel
know.
like there are a lot of people in this.
No, you feel all you know.
that
You
are-
feel all you
that
know.
are legendary.
You feel
That what
all
you
you
know.
know.
See, I know.
I know.
I know. So
I know.
one thing I can tell you for free is the fact that, right, this guy wanted to do this,
No, definitely.
right? He must. Do you know what it takes for a woman to come to a place where she trusts you?
Enough
to
to
give
record
feedback?
that.
Type-
Do you
type
know?
of video,
See,
yeah.
let me tell you something. I spoke to somebody today, and it's like an older Egbon to me. He said to me that they were not knacking; they were in a relationship.
True.
He was
that.
he built a relationship to the point where
You're
they
free
trusted him well enough to share their bodies on tape with him. Now imagine that you are talking to. Do you know what level of adventure that you would seek for you to do this
To do that.
at a beach,
Trying to reach that
in
particular
the
type of high.
toilet? Do you-
Now, with
in,
that-
at
You know
the-
what?
in the office,
On that note,
bro.
gang, you
do you,
be taking,
wait. I'm so sorry.
just
I'm so
a tip
sorry.
for tonight.
Can you imagine? I'm so sorry. With due respect to our AFC chairman, can you imagine a figure like that doing something like that in his office?
Of course, you can imagine it. It's Nigeria.
You can't imagine it, bro.
It's unimaginable. I
There are
agree
some
with you.
serious-minded offices that you be
That
like,
you think, like, why would
guy,
he be
I
doing
know
that?
human.
even the secretary will say, "Oh, guys, in a serious meeting."
Yeah.
That guy might
That's
get
what
to
it
it.
is.
Serious
Gang,
meeting.
you need to give us
come
just
on
a
now.
tape,
Okay.
and then we'll wrap up the show.
Okay, here's my take, right? To an extent, the way I was raised, the way I am morally, is just an example. If my brother's wife was feeling me and the opportunity was there, I would never take it.
Obviously.
You get where I'm coming from? That's where I see some of his flaws.
True.
Some people
It's
are
in the
vulnerable.
excesses, yes, obviously.
Some people are vulnerable enough and they're willing. A wife can throw herself at you.
Absolutely.
It's for you to say, because of who you are. And I personally feel he stepped on the wrong toes, and those are the people that are now victimizing him. So it's no longer about the women he's been with, it's about him and the women. Some of the husbands
and the performance is delivered.
and the performance he
Oh,
delivered.
okay.
You get me? So this is my
was a
tip. If you
sterling
want me to give you the
Yeah,
tip.
let's take the tip. We've got a
Now,
minute for that.
Okay, so my tip
My
is
brother, you
this.
don't shuffle. You
If
don't put
your
the shuffle.
partner or spouse or
Eh.
significant other is ever with somebody else, don't hold that somebody else responsible. Hold your
Exactly.
partner.
Yes, I agree. Totally.
All right, that's a
I agree
beautiful one.
to- I
Thank you,
agree
gang.
totally.
Hold your partner.
That was well
It's that
said.
simple.
Well done. Thank
Attack
you.
your partner, not the person they've been with. It's your partner that decided and consented and did all of those things. Don't attack the other person, because at the end of the day, that is the victim.
Leave us
Thank you
alone.
very much.
And a big
Like,
thank
you
you
know
to
what?
that guy for putting Africa on the map and letting us also know that women cheat just like men.
So yeah. You know what? There's something that Rich Uncle said before we went live, and he said, you know what has happened is controversial, but this states the fact that women cheat more than men
Straight up.
because
One
one
guy.
man cheated with over multiple women.
That
married
must have
women,
known his
single
status
women,
and their
that
status.
was married and everything, and that quite just puts it.
And I
He
thought men
lays
were
it
the
to
bad
rest
guys.
forever.
Exactly.
I
The
thought
end.
men were the bad guys, so,
So-
we've been innocent all this
so-
while. And I've been feeling
Tonight's
guilty.
jury is that men were innocent.
They were.
And women mostly cheat with the same guy.
And he was the victim.
Yeah, and what
He
he
was
said.
a victim.
What he said.
He was a
All right,
victim.
it's been such an amazing, beautiful evening having the guys on the
The
show.
guy's packing
Rich
the
Uncle,
package.
thank
You know there are
very
women right
much.
now that want to be with
Thank
that
you
guy.
very much. Deck, thank you very much.
It's all
been
over
such
social
an
media
evening.
Right now, there are women that are still saying,
Gang,
oh, if that guy
I'll
comes
do
around,
a
and I'm like, are you
Bluetooth
guys
knuckle with
serious?
you. Take it.
Take it,
Bro,
Bluetooth.
do you
that.
know how many people
Thank
are
you very
looking
much.
for a
The
Goga
conversation
right
will
now?
definitely continue on social media.
You know.
The hashtag is the Black Table on TVC.
already
You
know.
can give us your feedback on all of that. Let's have this conversation. Let's talk. We have to go now. Remember, the brighter the night,
You already
he
know.
said it. All right, let's have a beautiful evening and have a wonderful weekend. It's still the Black Table. We'll catch you same time, same station next week, Friday.
Where's
Bye-bye.
my wife?